In this video, we explore the Bible's profound teachings that reveal God's individual plan for each of us, even in the midst of our battles. Existence is a tapestry woven with the threads of joy and sorrow, triumphs and tribulations. We all face moments of immense pain and suffering that lead us to question the purpose behind our battles. But in these moments, it is crucial to remember that there is a plan, a greater design unfolding in our lives. In the pages of the Bible, we discover profound wisdom that sheds light on the reasons behind our distress. Join us on a journey of understanding as we explore 7 key points that validate the belief that God has a purpose for our suffering. When we find ourselves in the depths of pain, seeking solace and understanding, the Bible offers us a lifeline, an assurance that God is near, ready to bring comfort to our broken hearts. In Psalm 34 verse 18, we read, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." These words remind us that even in our darkest hours, God is intimately acquainted with our pain and offers solace and strength. The story of Job, a man who endured unimaginable suffering, teaches us that even in the height of pain, maintaining our faith can lead to restoration and eventual understanding. Job remained faithful to God despite his anguish, and in the end, his faith was rewarded. His story reminds us that our suffering has a purpose and that God will ultimately reveal his plan. Pain and suffering can be transformative, molding us into individuals of depth and resilience. In Romans 5 verses 3 to 4, we find the words, "Suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope." The story of Joseph in the book of Genesis illustrates this truth. Through betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment, Joseph's character was shaped, leading him to become a wise and compassionate leader. Like Joseph, our trials can refine us, fostering virtues such as perseverance, patience, and hope. One of the most profound teachings of the Bible is the concept of redemption. God has the power to transform our pain into something meaningful and beautiful. Romans 8 verse 28 declares, "All things work together for good." This verse assures us that even in the midst of our pain, God is working to bring about ultimate good. The greatest example of the redemption of suffering is found in the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Through his sacrifice, humanity received salvation and eternal life. This story teaches us that even the greatest suffering can lead to redemption and the fulfillment of God's supreme plan. When we experience intense pain and suffering, our hearts open to the struggles of others, allowing us to develop empathy and compassion. Corinthians 1:3-4 reminds us that our personal experiences of pain enable us to offer consolation and understanding to those facing similar difficulties. The parable of the Good Samaritan exemplifies this concept. A man who had experienced suffering himself showed great compassion for a wounded stranger by the roadside. Our own pain can motivate us to perform acts of kindness, creating a ripple effect of healing and love. Difficult moments can be tests of our faith, challenging us to grow stronger in our trust and reliance on God. James 1 verses 2-4 tells us to count it all joy when we face trials, for they produce steadfastness and shape us into complete individuals, lacking nothing. The story of Abraham and Isaac illustrates how faith can be fortified through tests. Abraham was tested when asked to sacrifice his beloved son, yet he remained faithful and obedient. Through tests, our faith can reach new depths, enabling us to trust in God's plan even in the face of great difficulties. Sometimes, our pain and suffering serve as preparation for a higher calling or purpose that God has for our lives. The story of Moses in the book of Exodus exemplifies this truth. Through trials and hardships, Moses acquired the humility, dependence on God, and leadership skills necessary for his role in freeing the Israelites from slavery. Finally, the Bible assures us that our current sufferings are temporary compared to the eternal glory that awaits us. Romans 8 verse 18 reminds us that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed to us. In conclusion, the Bible provides us with a comprehensive understanding of why we may encounter intense pain and suffering in our lives. It assures us that God will reveal the purposes behind our struggles. As we face life's challenges, let us hold on to our faith, seeking comfort, strength, and guidance from God, trusting in His wisdom and love. Let us find consolation and hope in the promises of the Bible. Remember, while we may not fully understand God's plan, we can trust that He is always with us, working for our ultimate good. Through faith, prayer, and the support of others, we can find comfort, hope, and strength in the midst of our pain and suffering.